you prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys play their asses off.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice.
That you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. If they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull Rants, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about what I'm about to say. I'm reviewing the Minnesota Vikings doing their behind-the-scenes draft room and talk a little bit about my expectations, OTAs, what's the upcoming season, things like that. A lot in store for you, but make sure you you type in a comment because that'll enter you to win a Justin Jefferson autographed jersey when I hit 3,000 subscribers. Almost there, about 148 to go. We're almost there. Let's go. 3,000 subscribers. Let's go. All right. I'm going to talk about the draft behind the scenes, and I'm going to talk about an article by Heavy. Actually doing good stuff now. They're not as sensational or crazy. I think they've kind of learned their lesson. They seem pretty. They have some good things to say, so I'm going to bring that up. But I'm going to talk the thought process, what was going on behind the draft, what I don't like about some of these players. Some of them, like one of them, I don't know a whole lot about, so I'm not going to lie. I think is our second to last pick, but. We obviously think we did a great job, getting JJ McCarthy where we did, getting Dallas Turner where we did. Man, there's so much to like about this draft. Let's dive into it. We get rid of this. We pull it up. All right. So this is from Heavy. Vikings exec had 4 words reaction after drafting JJ McCarthy. The Minnesota Vikings moved to conviction, trading 3 draft picks, the New York Jets, to move 1 spot from 11 overall to number 10, the 2024 draft, to select Michigan's J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to put the 18-minute video in the description below. Watch it. You get to see what the thought process, where we felt we were at each pick, what we needed to do. It's really good. Behind the scenes information. Amid the anxiously quiet room, General Manager Chris Duffel announced the pick. We're cooking with gas, is what the Senior Vice President of Player Personnel Ryan Grigson told Adolfo Mensa in a video released by team on May 20th. The interaction, which begins at 5:27 mark, shows the other side of a phone call revealed in behind-the-scenes footage from the Jets, in which General Manager Joe Douglas hit a Michael Jordan-like shoulder shrug, and head coach Robert Saleh called the deal free money. So you're seeing what we did on the opposite side of that. Cooking with gas now, bro. That is what exclaimed Adolfo Mensa. Supposed to the trade, the whole farm for him up to 4. We got him for a couple first. We're good. Adolfo told quarterbacks coach Josh McCown, referring to pre-draft speculation. So this tells me what he's saying here is they had him potentially there. They were thinking of him, in the third, 3-4 spot. This is their 1B. I do think they wanted Drake May. He's gone. Oh, we're not trading up to 4. We're going to sit tight. Like I said, it takes it's braver, bigger balls to not trade up. Adolfo Mensa did the right thing. He didn't trade up. What a move, not giving away the farm like that. He acknowledges it in the video. Again, let's read it again. Supposed to trade the whole farm for him up to 4. We got him for a couple first. I don't know. We're good. Couple first. We didn't, We didn't trade a couple firsts. I don't know what to get out of it, but in all actuality, trading those 2 seconds to get a first, and to pick 23. But yeah, that don't make sense. I might have misspoke there, but we didn't trade 2 firsts. We traded a fourth and a fifth and got a 2 or 3 back. Adolfo Mensa told quarterbacks coach Josh McCown referring to pre-draft speculation. Yeah, we didn't have to pay 2 firsts. We didn't have to pay 3 firsts. I had a guest on that, and I'm gonna have on again that said, "Hey, I'll give it 4 firsts." That we didn't. So amazing. McCarthy could have a long way to go before he finally ready to be under center, but the marriage appears destined for good things. Both sides could be perfect matches. McCarthy comes with polarizing background as an unquestionable winner, but one who did not get the same level of exposure as a passer as his peers, with just 22 and a half pass attempts per game in his championship winning final season in college. Apparently, after the Penn State game, he went to his coordinator and said, or his offensive coordinator, and said, "Do you not trust me?" Which is kind of a ballsy move to do, but you only threw the ball 8 times. You won, but do you not trust me? Well, apparently, he started dialing it up for him a little bit more. Trust, that's a big thing in the NFL. Do you trust? Do you have confidence? Do you have trust in him? I hope we do fast, because I want him honestly starting day one, if not sooner. I have him taking over in week 2, latest 3. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Apparently, he's got to meet those benchmarks. If you draft a guy that can't meet the benchmarks, you have to do better than Sam Darnold has in his career. You drafted the wrong guy. But again, I understand patience. So that's not it might not be anything on JJ McCarthy, just maybe on our conservative nature, not playing rookies except for Ed Ingram. The quarterback told head coach Kevin O'Connell he'd run through a brick wall for him. He said in the video, he says that he's only done that with 2 people, and it will go on to talk about the newly released footage. Also shows the first glimpse of that interaction. McCarthy explained the significance of the statement. That's something I've only said to 2 coaches in my entire life, people that I have the utmost respect for and honor for, McCarthy said, 136 mark. And he definitely fits that mold and won championships with both those guys previously, so hopefully we could add to a third one. Heck yes. That's kind of everything you want to hear. I think I love the pick. Just because the potential is so there, and I think the floor is a game manager that can run. I think he has his eyes downfield. I think he's athletic. He's got a strong arm. We don't know yet how well he can read defenses. So this is a win with defense. Game manager at the worst, in my opinion. I think that's the floor. However, I have higher expectations for him, and he has the physical ability to do even greater things. He's one who plays quarterback of all the quarterbacks that are in the draft. Harbaugh told reporters, "They're great. There's great quarterbacks in the draft. I think he plays quarterback the best of any of the quarterbacks in the draft." Well, that's tongue twister, man. Anyways, there's also overwhelming consensus that McCarthy is a good situation. In discussing the Vikings Week 15 Monday Night Football tilt against number 1 overall pick Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, ESPN's Joe Buck touted the matchup. The Vikings really well coached, love the head coach, love the roster, and now is McCarthy with people think he can be. ESPN's Joe Buck said in NFL Live on May 20th. There's 2 camps on JJ, and if the good camp is right, then I think you got the makings of 2 exciting young teams with good rosters that are just the beginning of a good build. McCarthy also excels a lot of the things Vikings want to do, at a lot of things Vikings like to do with bodes well for both sides. Man, I can't read today. I think that's it. All right. So we're going to talk about the draft picks. Now, let me break that down a little bit. So McCarthy, and we're facing Monday Night Football Week 15 against the Bears. I didn't think much about that. I hated the fact that, hey, we're going to play the Bears again on Monday Night Football. But now that I think about it, Caleb Williams, JJ McCarthy, it makes sense now. They both should be playing by then, if not well earlier than that. So I get it now. Now, watch the video and that's in the description and kind of get what Kwesi was thinking with each pick. Now, let me bring it up again. So the first pick was JJ McCarthy. He knew all the talk about how we had to trade up all the smoke to get to 4 to get this guy. Otherwise, he's gone. Then pick 5, 6, 7, 8. You will see that he calls the general manager of the Jets at 9, just letting them know, hey, we're just waiting on the 9th pick before we make the deal. Everything's still good. 10th gets there. We trade up. We get them. Jets brag about free money. We brag about how we just got our freaking franchise quarterback for a 4th and a 5th, and we get the pick 2 or 3 back. So great win for us. We made sure we got him. Now that was great. Now right after we draft him, we're commenting in the draft room that, hey, there's a lot of defensive players still here, and they were talking about, hey, how we would stick at 23. So that was Kevin O'Connell saying to another person in the room, hey, Dallas Turner is a guy we would stay and pick, because that must mean that, hey, if the defensive guys aren't there that we like, we will trade out of that. Before that, though, there's a lot of good guys there waiting for us to take it 23. I love it. Kwesi says, no, man, we're going to go up and get something. I can't quote that specifically, but go watch the video. He was already, hey, there's so many defensive players left. Let's go up and get one. At 17, now think about it, 3rd, 4th, another pick. I forget what pick it was. We trade up to get Dallas Turner. That was a little excessive, but not for who we got. This guy is a top 5, at least a top 10 guy. We aren't trading up to 17, in my opinion. At 23, we're not trading up to 17. We're trading up to a guy that should have went 8th. This guy should have went 8th. We're trading up, in my opinion, from 23 to 8 in this position. With those picks, that value, not a problem for me. No, not a problem for me. If you're watching the draft video, I feel like that's the same situation. He's so worth it. We want to make sure we get him. Let's give up the 4th, the 5th, and then whatever other pick that is, 3rd, 4th, and whatever the other pick is, and get this guy. That was the thought process on it. And you go watch the video, and you'll find out how this kid played football his entire life. He played different positions. He said he played left tackle as his first position. Then he played like fullback. And then he played QB and when he got to his own age. And he said he was like Cam Newton at Auburn out there. So, I mean, and the Vikings loved him, and just thought he was the guy. You could tell that in the video. They trade up to get 17. That was amazing. Amazing pick. One of the steals in the draft, in my opinion. One of the steals in the draft. Now, day 2's gone. We don't pick a single soul in day 2. But if you look, Kyrie Jackson, they were like, hey, Kyrie Jackson might be there. These guys, we liked the guy as a day 2 pick. We liked him in a day 2 pick. And much like Mekhi Blackman last year, where after he's drafted, you start looking at him and go, oh, God, he can play. He can play. Why don't other people think about him like this? Kyrie Jackson's size and length and acceptable speed, but has short area quickness based on his elite 10-yard split And there's a video of him that was circulated, got deleted, of him defending Jordan Addison, making a play, sticking with him, making a play on him. He's got it. He's got the length. He's got athletic ability. I think we got I think we got potentially the next Xavier Rhodes. Hopefully, a longer career. Hopefully, with the Vikings, and hopefully less hamstring pulls when he gets burnt. But Kyrie Jackson is in that mold. He's in that mold now. Xavier Rhodes was a bigger prospect, better measurables coming out of college. Kyrie is a close spot right behind him, though. It's there. And to get Kyrie Jackson at round 4, it's another one of those diamonds in the rough, because he had a rough go. Just some indecision in his younger days, getting suspended at Alabama. That if you go watch the video, this is them being amazed that they got Kyrie Jackson where they did. Can't get rid of this cough. Now, when they got Walter Rouse, they were excited. They thought this was a big guy that excelled in the run game. You see excitement they had getting him where they did round 6, pick 177, man. I like him. I don't think he's a starter quite yet. He can't. I think he can play multiple positions, left, right tackle. NFL Draft Buzz had him as a guard. He's a guard in this, and his measurables actually just destroyed the rest of the guard. Um, the guard class in this draft, but I think they like him as a tackle. Now, one of the guys they're amazingly excited at, and I'll put these two guys together, Jurgens and Rickard. They were wanting to take they wanted them earlier. They had these two guys 30 picks earlier. But when they were waiting anxiously, and it was pick, I want to say 202, they're like, oh, one more spot, or 203. Riker gets drafted by them. They're freaking excited that they drafted kicker. And he says, I never drafted a kicker before. So this is his dipping his toes in the water. But their whole thought process is, who's the guy we could take first? They had Jurgens, they had Riker. They felt, Kwesi said, hey, I think the kicker would get drafted before Jurgens would. So I'm going to go with Reichard first so I could get both of them. And what happens? 230, round 7, they get Michael Jurgens, an outstanding guard. Hopefully he competes, man. And it's just it's nice to throw some depth against that line. Who knows? Maybe he wins the job. Maybe he becomes our left guard. We'll see. But the one guy they seem to be so excited about is Levi Drake Rodriguez. And you could see when they drafted him how excited he was to be a Viking. You could see that they put time in on him. They met him, I think, in the top 30 visit. He's a pass rusher in the interior. And we're all complaining about how we don't have this badass big nose tackle. It's starting to seem like that's not who we're looking for to play defense on B-Flow's defense. We're looking at guys like this, and we're not looking at big defensive tackles. And I made the comment, if you told me we drafted a kicker before a D tackle in this draft, I would have bet the farm. We drafted a kicker before a D tackle, and we didn't draft a D tackle until round 7. And it just tells you that B-Flow is not looking for big ass run stoppers destroying centers. He's looking for gap shooting D tackles. That's what he's looking for, apparently. And he's got one here. And I like him. I say this is an outstanding draft all the way around, but it's really highlighted by the first 3 picks. And you know what? The kicker is supposed to be pretty damn good. So get, Kyrie Jackson, Dallas Turner, those are starters in this league on defense. They're starters in this league on defense, and we may have our future franchise QB for the rest of our lives, and instantly an upgrade, most likely at kicker, especially with the new kickoff rules. He's just, field goal kicker, accurate, accurate, accurate. Love it. And and I already talked a little bit about the UDFAs, but we got some outstanding options there. It was just a great draft, great UDFA. OTAs are happening right now. Love seeing Aaron Jones in purple. That was amazing. Man, Sam Darnold's out there. You know how I feel about him. I don't have anything against him as a person. He's a great guy. He looks like a backup QB to me. But hey, he's our starter, and if we can win with defense and he can manage the game and not throw turnovers like crazy like he is known to do, then we can do okay. Hopefully it's a nice placeholder for our boy JJ McCarthy to step up and make some things happen. Let's go. Make sure you comment, enter to win that jersey, autograph jersey, Justin Jefferson, when I hit 3,000. Cue the music.
You prepare as thoroughly as you can. The guys play their asses off.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
That you